people feel like life is new year is a new era, it's a new opportunity, it's a new time. If you are doing it because it's a new year, after the new year phase disappears, what now happens? After the new year becomes old, would you slip back into your habits? Hi, my name is Mercy Ademi, and I'm here again on another episode of Life of Autonomy. And this time, I'm going to be sharing with you the reasons why your New Year resolutions don't work, or the reasons that I have identified, which is also like just my own thoughts, but the reasons why I see so many people's New Year resolutions not working, or I see why they're complaining. And the reason why I've identified that there is just that slip back to their old pattern, and I'm going to be sharing that with you in this video. On Life of Autonomy, we just discuss life. Basically, we just banter, we gist, we share ideas, opinions, things we've gone through, our experiences, and things like that. So, just feel free, just relax. You're in the right place. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're interested in that kind of content, and I assure you, you'll definitely not be disappointed. First thing that I have identified that that people don't know, and that's probably what's affecting them going into the new year, is setting realistic goals. I feel like most times as young people, we are not realistic with ourselves. We are not we think that we try to dream big, and in the process of dreaming big, we don't set goals that are realistic, and then we find out that we can't meet up with the task. Be true to yourself. I'm not saying that you should be mediocre and you should settle for less, but set goals that you know that you can achieve within the year. Now remember that life, you have a long time to live, God willing, by God's grace, giving you long life and prosperity. You have a long time to reach that benchmark. I've discussed it on the channel that the average year, which is, I'm not saying it has to be for everybody, but the average year for someone to have reached the place, the heights that they feel like the height that they dream for themselves in life, is 10 years. That is the average year based on research. I hope I'm right. But that is the average year that people reach that benchmark of success, where they're like, okay, I'm at a good place. I feel like I've ticked most of the boxes. And so you can imagine taking someone 10 years to reach a good place, like a comfortable place in their life. So why exactly are you setting unrealistic goals right now because you feel you can achieve everything in 1 year? And people are saying, oh, I want to buy a car, and I want to buy a house, and I want to own this, and I want to own that, which is good. It's okay to have those kind of plans. But right now you are still earning like from paycheck to paycheck. How exactly do you plan on doing that within the 1 year? Like, do you have a plan to achieve these things? Some people just set goals and they just go back and hope that God will just bring it to them. I mean, it's possible. Miracles like that do happen, but if you are being honest with yourself, you need hard work to sustain such things. So be realistic with yourself, set realistic goals, set goals that you know that, okay, this is something that I see myself achieving, this is something that I see myself getting by the end of the year, this is something that is very possible for me to attain based on the current situation at hand right now, and the situation that I see for myself in the future. Okay, after setting realistic goals, focus on the how. One thing I know this year I want to do this year is to focus more on the how. Right now, I've always set goals like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but how exactly do you plan on doing that? What are the steps that you're going to take? How are you going to get it done? Like, now I know, right, for me, one of the goals is to grow my channel, one of the goals is to become successful in my career and all of that. But yes, all of that is great, but how do I want to do that? What are the steps I want to put in place to achieve those things? There are three major things that I believe most people are aiming for every year. Good life, want to increase their standard of living, they want to increase their they want to increase their quality of work, and they also want to grow their relationship with God. Those people that I feel that are believers and actually have a spiritual relationship with God. And those are the three major areas of every that three major areas that I feel most people aspire to develop in the new year. And also another area is you want to do away with old habits. Okay, so now these are the areas I've identified. So what are your plans towards ensuring that these areas are met? You get, like, now, oh, you want to do away with old habits, but how do you plan to do away with that habit? The how is very, very important. This year I decided not just to focus on the what, but the how. The how is much more important because it's the how that will make the what possible. Sure, you get what I'm saying? So you want to do away with old habits. What are you going to do to distract yourself from that old habit towards a new hobby that would what make you deviate from deviate your attention from the old to the new? Sure, you get what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. I feel another area that people miss it is people feel like life is new year is a new era, it's a new opportunity, it's a new time, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that you don't have second chances, but the way I want people to be seeing the new year is I want people to be seeing the new year as a continuation of their life. Like, you can just imagine after this new year phase, oh, you shout happy new after January 1, January 2nd, January 3rd, that first week of the year, you realize that life just kind of flows back into the way it was. Like, it just continues. The job you were doing, you resume back to the job. The plans you had that you put pause to enjoy yourself in December, you continue it. So life is like, it's a continuation. Basically, it's not a new time. You're not giving birth to you again. You are continuing your life. So when you see it from this point of view, you realize that, okay, everything just boils down to a decision. You don't have to wait till the new year to decide anything. You can decide to change certain things at any point in your life. The new year just gives you a time to reflect on how you want to do things differently this year. It's not a new phase or a new this thing. You get what I'm trying to say? I remember um me myself, like, I I had so many plans for the new year. I was like, oh, this year I want to achieve this first quarter, third quarter, second quarter, this is what I'm gonna do, and all of that. Then after the first week of the new year, I just realized that, oh, I found myself going back to my old patterns, like bouncing back right into it. But I was like, well, you had so much plan and intention for this new year. What exactly happened that is making you relax again? And I realized that, oh, it's actually because I think that, oh, this is a new year. The way you shout happy new year, it just makes you feel like, oh, I have a new opportunity. It's a new time, like a new era. You feel so gingered. But after that first week, you realize that you're slipping back. Like, most times, after the first 2 3 weeks, you just give up, and you wonder that why is it that the new year comes like new opportunities, and after that phase, like, it's just like the opportunities and all of that feeling just goes straight in one, because you are focusing on the feeling, not the decision. New year is a feeling. It's a feeling of change. It's a feeling of, oh, new opportunity. That's the feeling you are feeling because of the festive period. But after the festive period goes, what exactly are you doing? So it's a thing of, don't see it as new year, see it as a continuation of your life, see it as, oh, I'm going to continue in the direction that I was already going. Or if I want to change some things, let it be a decision to change. Decide to change. Don't decide because it's a new year and you feel the pressure to have something new or have something different happen to you. Don't follow the feeling of the new year. Follow the decision. Decide to change because you feel like, oh, there's some things that I need to work on. Don't change because, oh, it's a new year. If you are doing it because it's a new year, after the new year phase disappears, what now happens? After the new year becomes old. Would you slip back into your habits? Will you slip back into the old you? Do you understand? So the truth is, many people feel like a lot of areas of their life will change. They feel like, oh, it's a new year, so I'm going to revamp myself. Like, I'm going to, like, switch up my whole entirety. Like, I want to become this different person, and it's not possible. Nobody can change overnight. I repeat, and it's just literally a night crossover, like from 31st to 1st of January. Like, nobody can change overnight. It's not possible. Like, it takes time to become the person that you want to be. So don't think that the new year will do that for you. just just make up your mind to change certain areas. There are certain things you don't like about yourself. Make up your mind to change that area, and don't change it because of the new year. Change it because you genuinely want to be a different person this year and the years coming forward. Now, the fourth one, which is absolutely the most important, is will, involving God in your decisions. Now, so many people, they plan for the year without involving God. Like, yes, they pray, but they are not praying as per like, oh God, what do you want have me do this year? They are praying as per like, God, this is my plan. You get. And I feel like, it's very, very important to seek the face of God in whatever plans that you are making for the year. God is very, very important in whatever decisions you are making for this year. You don't know, he don't know tomorrow. We have all these plans, everybody has all these plans, but we don't know what tomorrow holds. Only God knows what tomorrow holds. Only God can give you, if you are working in God's plan, like, your life will just be sweet, because it's just going to be an easier process. It's just going to be sweet and smooth. But if you are working with your own plan, you're going to find so many bump holes here and there. So carry God along in your New Year resolution is definitely one thing that would make it work for sure. Another point which I'm going to add is be self aware. Know yourself and have a willingness to improve. There are certain areas of your life that you definitely don't like. There are certain areas of your life that you feel like can be worked on. There are certain things that you don't like that you're doing. I feel like you should have that willingness to improve and have that decision. Make it a decision. The new year is basically self-assessment. It's basically to just realize, oh, this is the areas that I feel like I need to work on, and deciding to change. And another thing that I feel like people should do is write down. This is something that I'm still working on myself, because I'm not the type of person to document, but documenting really helps you a lot. I heard from a famous YouTuber, Izzy Zara. She said that she documents her processes, her life, and all of that. And during every quarter, or I don't know if she said every quarter, but she goes back, I think at the end of the year, to reflect on the what she has written down, what she has achieved, what's like what areas that, oh, she feels she needs to work on, and things like that. So if you don't write down those things, you will definitely not know what you are missing. Like, you mean you can know from just thinking, but you may have skipped something. So writing down each achievement would really, really help you in tracking your progress so far. I hope this video has been helpful. I really wanted to do it because I feel like it's a new year. I'm also talking to myself in this video as well, so that anytime I feel like I'm sleeping, I can always go back to watch what I said at the beginning of the year. So many people are struggling with New Year resolutions. I myself personally have had that struggle where I feel like, I mean, I'm setting goals, but then at the middle of the year, it feels like I've kind of deviated. And I hope that the steps that I've given you would help you better going forward in the new year. I really want to see everybody grow and achieve goals and achieve things that they set out for the year. So I really hope that it works out for you. Keep following me on this channel. I do videos about life. I dish out gist or gist, premium gist, um life plans, different things. Like, it's just a place where you can just come and be yourself and have fun and watch someone and relate with them and stuff like that. So if you really like that kind of content, please hit the subscribe button and watch out from me as I upload more videos. And also give this video a like. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I'll see you in another video. Bye.